Hey everyone, it's me, Thanosan from Codology, and in this video, we're going to be talking about C++ data structures. So the first data structure in C++ is a vector. So we could include vector, and I could also write using namespace std, and I could create a vector. So a vector, so I have to write vector and I have to write whatever the type is. So let's say int, and let's just say v. And basically what that does is it creates a vector. And a vector in C++ is essentially a dynamic array, which means I could add stuff, I could push stuff into it, and it doesn't have to be a fixed size. I could keep appending to it. Just like in Python, how in a list, I could keep appending to it. It's not a fixed size. Another data structure in C++ is a map. So I could say include map, right? And I could create a map. I could say map, and then I could make it mapping an int to maybe a string, right? And then I could say m. And basically what that does is it creates a map. And a map is essentially like a dictionary in Python. So it maps like an integer to a string, right? And remember, these angled brackets essentially tell C++ what type it has. So this maps the integer to a string, and this vector is just a vector of integer. Another is a pair, right? A pair is essentially similar to a vector, but it could only have kind of two types, right? So I could make a pair, right? I can make it an int and an int, right? And I call it p. And basically what that does is it creates a pair of an integer and integer. So the first element of the pair could be like 1, the second could be 2. So it could be like a coordinate point, right? So that is also really important. It could be really, really useful, right? And aside from a pair, we could also create an array. So I could say include array, right? And basically, for array, what I could do is I could create an array, and what I have to give is a type and a size. So I could say an integer and it has 5. And what that means is I'm creating kind of a list, but it can only have 5 elements. So it allocates 5 blocks of memory for an array. This is different from a vector, because a vector I could add as much as I can. There is no fixed size, but an array, there is a fixed size. So that's kind of the difference. So if you need something that's a fixed size, an array will be really helpful. But if you need something that is like dynamic, which is most commonly used, you would use a vector. So these are the 4 kind of mainly useful types and data structures in C++. And there are definitely a lot more, but these are the most useful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.